The Atlanta Dream extended their impressive winning streak to 4 games on Monday night, securing a hard-fought 94-87 victory over the expansion Toronto Tempo in front of a raucous crowd at State Farm Arena. The contest showcased the best of what the modern WNBA has to offer: elite perimeter shooting, physical post play, and a tactical chess match between two coaching staffs trying to establish dominance in a rapidly shifting Eastern Conference. Backed by a stellar 20-point performance from franchise cornerstone Ryan Howard and a career-high 18 points from breakout rookie center Medina Okot, the Dream withstood a fierce second-half rally from the visitors to solidify their upward trajectory. The victory moves Atlanta into a highly favorable position as they navigate a grueling midseason stretch, while the Tempo drop a highly competitive contest in what is proving to be a historic yet challenging inaugural season as Canada's first WNBA franchise. From the opening tip-off, Atlanta established an aggressive, high-tempo rhythm that has quickly become the defining hallmark of their recent surge. The Dream offense operated like a well-oiled machine in the first half, orchestrated masterfully by point guard Jordan Canada. Canada dictated the pace of play with veteran poise, routinely probing Toronto's perimeter defense and finding teammates in stride. Atlanta's ball movement was exceptionally crisp, leading to easy transition opportunities and open looks from beyond the arc. The team's ability to share the basketball left the Toronto defense scrambling as the Dream effectively utilized the entirety of the court to create mismatches. By prioritizing extra passes and exploiting gaps in the Tempo's early defensive rotations, Atlanta built a comfortable double-digit cushion by the second quarter, making it look as though they might cruise to an effortless victory on their home floor. However, the expansion Toronto Tempo refused to fade quietly into the Georgia night. Showing the resilience that has characterized their inaugural season, Toronto completely flipped the script coming out of the halftime locker room. Sparked by an explosive performance from guard Marina Mabrey, who poured in a game-high 23 points, the Tempo launched a furious third-quarter run that stunned the home crowd. Mabrey caught fire from deep, drilling back-to-back contested three-pointers that completely erased Atlanta's momentum and narrowed the deficit to a single possession. Toronto increased their defensive intensity, utilizing a full-court press that rattled the Dream's backcourt and forced several costly live ball turnovers. The Tempo's physical front court began to assert itself as well, challenging Atlanta at the rim and converting critical second-chance points that put the Dream firmly on their heels. The game ultimately swung on the execution of fundamental basketball in the final period, where Toronto's 17 turnovers proved fatal to their comeback hopes. Whenever the Tempo seemed poised to take the lead, the Dream leveraged their deep roster and superior paint dominance to generate timely stops. Atlanta translated those defensive stops into efficient transition scoring, refusing to let Toronto settle into their half-court defensive shells. The combination of veteran composure and youthful energy allowed the Dream to close out the fourth quarter with a poise that separate postseason contenders from developing squads. By securing critical defensive rebounds and executing their late-game offensive sets to perfection, Atlanta managed to answer every single run Toronto threw at them, ultimately securing the 7-point victory. Individually, Ryan Howard spearheaded the Dream's perimeter attack, demonstrating why she remains one of the most lethal scoring threats in the league. Howard finished the evening with 20 points, a tally highlighted by 5 timely baskets from beyond the three-point arc. Her ability to stretch the floor forced Toronto to extend their defense, which in turn opened up crucial driving lanes for Atlanta's slashers and inside threats. Beyond her offensive output, Howard's defensive length and elite lateral quickness disrupted Toronto's passing lanes throughout the first half, leading to several deflections that fueled Atlanta's fast break. When the Tempo mounted their third quarter comeback, it was Howard who answered the call for the Dream, hitting a stabilizing jumper that settled her team's nerves and stemmed the tide. While Howard provided the expected star power, rookie center Medina Okot provided the definitive structural advantage off the bench, scoring a career-high 18 points on an incredibly efficient 7 of 9 shooting performance. Okot routinely established deep post position before Toronto's defensive rotations could form. Her size, agility, and soft touch around the rim made her virtually unstoppable in single coverage situations, forcing Toronto to alter their defensive game plan entirely. Okot's performance was a revelation for an Atlanta team looking for consistent front-court scoring, signaling her rapid development and readiness to contribute to winning basketball at the professional level. Her ability to anchor the second unit gave the Dream a balanced interior punch that Toronto simply could not match over 40 minutes. Complementing the inside-outside scoring punch of Howard and Okot was Jordan Canada, who served as the motor for the Dream's offense all night. Canada recorded a brilliant double-double, pairing 11 points with a game-high 13 assists. Her vision was spectacular as she threaded the needle on several wraparound passes in transition and perfectly executed the pick-and-roll in half-court situations. Canada's ability to balance her own scoring aggression with her responsibilities as a facilitator kept the Toronto defense off balance. Whenever the Tempo attempted to blitz the pick and roll, Canada calmly made the right read, finding the open player on the perimeter or hitting the rolling big woman for an easy layup. Her leadership on the floor was especially apparent during the chaotic moments of the fourth quarter, where she successfully slowed the game down and ensured Atlanta executed high-value possessions. The physical battle in the paint was further anchored by Angel Reese and Elisha Gray, both of whom made indispensable contributions to the victory. Reese battled relentlessly down low against a physical Toronto frontcourt that refused to yield ground. While her scoring was modest at 11 points, her impact on the glass was profound. She grabbed 9 rebounds, including 4 crucial offensive boards that extended possessions and deflated Toronto's defensive energy. Meanwhile, guard Elisha Gray matched Okot's output with 18 points of her own, providing steady, efficient secondary scoring. Gray's ability to score at all 3 levels, driving to the basket, pulling up from mid-range, and hitting the occasional outside shot, ensured that the Dream's offense never stagnated, even when Toronto focused their primary defensive attention on slowing down Howard. Despite leaving Atlanta with a loss, the Toronto Tempo demonstrated exactly why they are regarded as an incredibly dangerous expansion squad, capable of competing with the league's elite. Beyond Marina Mabrey's 23 points, veteran forward Isabel Harrison turned in a commanding double-double performance, scoring 21 points and pulling down 10 rebounds. Harrison's footwork in the post and relentless motor gave Atlanta's interior defenders fits all evening. The chemistry between Mabrey and Harrison kept Toronto within striking distance, serving notice to the rest of the WNBA that the expansion franchise possesses the talent and grit to be a tough matchup every single night. Their performance highlighted a team that is learning how to play together under pressure, mapping out a bright future for the Canadian franchise. In the post-game press conferences, the reactions from both sides highlighted a shared sentiment that Atlanta is starting to uncover its true identity, while Toronto is earning immense respect across the league with its relentless competitive spirit. Atlanta players expressed a growing confidence in their collective approach, noting that their recent success is a direct result of trusting the system and playing unselfishly. The locker room atmosphere reflected a group that is beginning to gel at the perfect time, understanding that building chemistry during the middle portion of the schedule is paramount for making a deep postseason run. Ryan Howard remarked on the team's ongoing success, highlighting that they have been focused on moving the ball, securing offensive rebounds, and generating fast break points. She noted that being able to play at a fast yet controlled pace has been incredibly helpful for the roster, because that is precisely when the Dream are operating at their best. Howard also went out of her way to praise her rookie teammates' inside dominance, explaining that the team can confidently throw Okot into the game and trust her to get a basket. She noted that Okot has been doing an exceptional job of finishing around the rim before double teams can arrive, and expressed excitement about how the rookie will continue to build off this landmark performance. Atlanta head coach Carl Smezko echoed Howard's praise regarding Okot's breakout performance, analyzing the specific tactical adjustments that allowed the young center to thrive. Smezko noted that it was highly encouraging to see Okot get deeper catches in the post, where she could simply finish cleanly after making one decisive move. He explained that when a post player catches the ball that deep, opponents are forced to send double teams, which is why establishing early position is so vital. Catching it deep allows a player to score immediately before the help defense can collapse, and Smezko credited Okot's work ethic and positioning for making that strategy work perfectly against Toronto's front court alignment. Looking at the broader trajectory of the game, Coach Smezko acknowledged the immense challenge that Toronto presented, particularly when the teams returned from the halftime break. He credited Toronto for their relentless competitive nature, noting that they came out swinging in the third quarter and completely transformed the contest into a high-stakes battle. Smezko admitted that his squad was fortunate to weather that initial storm, hang on during the final minutes, and execute well enough to secure the victory. The coach emphasized that while the win was satisfying, it also served as a valuable teaching moment for a team that must learn to maintain its focus across all 4 quarters of play. Smezko concluded his media availability by discussing the intense mental and physical fortitude required to survive the WNBA's grueling summer schedule. He observed that when his players share the basketball, communicate effectively, and push the pace in transition, they are as talented as any team in the league. However, he admitted that asking players to perform at that elite level with only 1 day of rest between consecutive games is a massive challenge. He noted that such demands are simply part of being among the best basketball players in the world, emphasizing that a long season requires players to stay motivated, remain focused, and treat every practice and game as an opportunity to improve.